Hello, welcome back, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, to another episode. And today is the reaction show as we just witnessed some intriguing results in the UEFA Champions League. And I know going into today, the odds they were printed. Manchester City was the favorite to win the Champions League. Liverpool was in second with the odds favoring them highly as well. But we're going to backtrack somewhat. We're going to start from yesterday because today marks the completion of match day one. We had a number of teams in action, and as such, we will go through every one of them and share our reactions on the game. All right, so we won't stay very long. I think this one will be just about 10 minutes. We have some track and field action coming up a little bit later on this evening as well, so stay tuned for that. I think that one will kick off at just about 8 Eastern time, so stay tuned for that. Shout out to the sponsors, RS Sports Store, CSC Shop, and Quick Link Shipping. RS Sports Store, get in the game for all your latest sporting clothing and apparel. Check out RS Sports Store. I'm going to leave their contact information down below in the description. So you can still go out and get your Liverpool jersey via RS Sports Store. Quick Link Shipping, anything you need shipped into the island, they have you covered. So check out Quick Link Shipping, best prices and affordable deals as well. So check out both of them, Quick Link Shipping and RS Sports Store. 454-1979 is a telephone number for Quick Link Shipping. Again, 876-454-1979. So you can write that down. All right, so let's get straight to it. Now, earlier today, news broke that Chelsea sacked their manager, Thomas Tuchel. And I think there were mixed reactions. Personally, I'm a Chelsea fan. I didn't know how to feel about it. I think he should have been given a bit more time. But such is the nature of football. It's a result business. And I think his results, they weren't as bad as folks made it out to be. Chelsea hasn't been playing particularly well this season, but we have to appreciate that the team is still in a transitional phase. They switched the entire hierarchy, they switched owners, they switched the entire backroom staff. And I think Thomas Tuchel was the only remainder that reminded fans and folks of Roman Abramovich's era of what was left at the club. So Thomas Tuchel was sacked this morning. The details surrounding his dismissal, they're still a little bit cloudy. They're conflicting reports so far, but I don't want to delve too much in it. So I'm going to talk about Chelsea and their result yesterday. So Chelsea went to Croatia where they played Dinamo Zagreb. They lost that game by 1-0. The goal was scored early in the first half. I think just about 13, 14 minutes thereabout. Orisic got on the score sheet. Wesley Fofana, he was struggling to keep up with the Croat. And in the end, Orisic proved why his pace is 89 on FIFA. All right, so very, very quick fella. I think the defenders, they failed to anticipate the danger and they were punished as a result. Chelsea, they would have been kicking themselves because going to Croatia, they would have expected to win this one. I think a number of the players lacked energy. They didn't seem as if they were out to play, and I think deservedly they lost that game. Going down 1-0 13 minutes in, and you're unable to score a goal for the remaining what 77 minutes. It says a lot about their attacking prowess and their mindset in front of goal. So Chelsea deservedly lost that one. Don't think that warranted a sacking, but based on the information I'm reading, it seemed as if the sacking was already on the books. Natty Dread, big up yourself. Hail King, you never walk alone. We are off to a very bad start to our season, Jaja. Natty Dread, what does about me? All right, Dortmund, they beat Copenhagen 3-0. They had Sebastian Haller, who is currently undergoing chemotherapy. He was in the stands cheering them on as well, and stuff like that make you love football even more. Benfica 2-0 to Maccabi Haifa. Again, Benfica is the favorite and was the favorite in that one. Sevilla versus Manchester City. That one was interesting as well. Erling Haaland continued his immense start to the season, scoring in the 20th and the 67th minute. Phil Foden on the 58th minute, and we had Ruben Diaz on the score sheet as well. So Manchester City, the favorites, they're off to a flying start. Sevilla, we know they oftentimes do well in the Europa League, the Champions League, kind of a different story. So let's keep an eye on that, because quite frankly, if Sevilla is relegated to the Europa League, they will be the heavy favorites to win that competition. We had RB Red Bull Salzburg up against AC Milan. That one ended 1-1. Salamakers got on the score sheet. Red Bull Salzburg, I think they sacked their manager after this one. Tuchel is a very good coach. I agree. Tuchel is a very good coach. Celtic versus Real Madrid. I watched this one as well. 3-0. Luka Modric was on a different planet. Eden Hazard seemed to have regained some of his confidence, and that was good to see. He got an assist for Modric's goal. I don't think it was particularly an assist, but he was the one who created it. And also for Vinicius's goal, he was the one who initiated the play, rolling the ball to Valverde, who ultimately got it to Vini, and Vini put it away. So Eden Hazard got a goal and an assist based on what the reports state, but it's good to see. It's good to see Hazard getting back to his best. We know he's had some challenges, especially with injuries since his blockbuster move to Real Madrid. And we like to see when players are smiling again, and that's what was happening with Eden Hazard. RB Leipzig, they lost to Shakhtar Donetsk. RB Leipzig, sorry, they were the ones who sacked their manager. All right, so they lost to Shakhtar Donetsk 4-1. PSG, courtesy of Kylian Mbappe, 2-1 up against Juventus. And a brace came in the form of Kylian Mbappe. So Kylian Mbappe got a brace. Erling Haaland got a brace as well. Ajax thrashed Rangers 4-0. We had Eintracht Frankfurt, who they were the winners of the UEFA Europa League competition last year. They lost 3-0. Inter versus Bayern Munich. Inter lost 2-0. Barcelona versus Victoria Pilsen, 5-1. Robert Lewandowski got a hat-trick, and he's showing the youngsters that, hey, I'm still very good at this. Oh, and in the Real Madrid game, Karim Benzema limped off injured just about maybe 20 minutes in, and Hazard was his replacement. So it is reported that Karim Benzema will be out for a few weeks. We're keeping an eye on that. Atletico Madrid, late stoppage time winner. They won 2-1 over Porto. Marseille against Tottenham, 2-0. Richarlison got a brace there, broke down in tears as well. Club Brugge up against Leverkusen, 1-0. And the one that everyone has been waiting for, Liverpool versus Napoli. Liverpool were humiliated 4-1, and it could have been even worse. It could have gotten real ugly on the day. I think the first half Liverpool were in shambles. They were all over the place. I'm not sure what was happening with Virgil van Dijk. Trent Alexander-Arnold looked atrocious. Gomez, the same thing. Liverpool, I'm not sure if it's something that's happening behind the scenes or if it's a problem with the players, but the team hasn't started off particularly well, as Natty Dread mentioned. And I think they need to get their acts together really quick. I don't expect them to sack Jurgen Klopp, because that's not the Liverpool way. But I definitely expect some changes to be implemented very soon, whether it is as it relates to rotation, whether it relates to personnel that's out there. Probably even the tactics need to be tweaked slightly to give some of the players a breathing room, just for a little bit. It's worked for Liverpool for a number of years. A number of these players that have been with Jurgen Klopp through the battles, and they're still around. But 4-1 to Napoli. And this, mind you, this Napoli team in the first half, they had the beating of Liverpool. I think Victor Osimhen, he had Virgil van Dijk on his toes. Virgil van Dijk didn't know what to do. He didn't have the answers to the questions that Osimhen was asking. And I think when Osimhen came off, although as soon as his substitute got on the score sheet straight away, I still think Osimhen, he had the Liverpool defenders. He had them in all sorts of trouble every time the ball was played up, because he's one to chase a lost cause. He's extremely quick. He's extremely physical as well. He's not afraid to get dirty. And I think that was one of the challenges that Liverpool failed to contend with in the first half. I think they will come back. I think this is Liverpool. Come on, we know what Liverpool are about. They haven't started the season particularly well. I think that their next couple of games should be interesting as well. They have Wolverhampton, who just signed Diego Costa. Well, still, it is expected that he will be ready by Thursday, but let's see if he will play on Saturday. But Liverpool against Wolverhampton Rovers on the weekend. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Is it Rovers or Wanderers? I think Wanderers. Anyway, Wolverhampton on the weekend. I think Diego Costa, even at 33 years of age, he knows how to rile up defenders. And Costa up against Van Dijk and Matip, that should prove interesting on the day. We know Wolves, they play very compact, and they usually are a difficult team to beat. And with Liverpool's defenders being occupied on the day, it could go either way. So we're keeping an eye on that. They also have Chelsea in a couple of weeks as well. I think they'll play Chelsea on the 18th, which is next weekend. And in between, they have Ajax, and then they have, I think, is it Rangers? Rangers. So we're keeping an eye on Liverpool's fixtures. They haven't been convincing in the league this season, and their Champions League campaign hasn't gotten off to a particularly convincing start. So we're curious to hear what you, the viewers and subscribers, have to say. Let me know what your thoughts are on this Liverpool performance, on the Chelsea performance, on the Manchester City performance, whatever your team is. Share your views on their performance on day one of the Champions League. We're curious to hear what your thoughts are in relation to that. And remember, if you're a track and field fan, I'll see you back here in just about an hour as we'll be doing the preview for the final day of the Wanda Diamond League. All right. So again, like, share, subscribe, folks. Keep your comments coming in. Liverpool humiliated Chelsea, disgraced 1-0 and 4-1 respectively. Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur, they're the English teams that are actually waving the flag over there in Europe this week. Again, until next time, take care of yourself. We'll talk a little bit later. Bye-bye. Natty Dread still there.